Good morning, guys. I just wanted to talk about our kernel essay brainstorming and kind of fleshing out for today what we're going to do today. And I'm going to be going over what you guys are going to be receiving on this slide deck and also what you have to actually do. So it looks like a lot of slides, but it's really not. These are Most of these slides are examples for you. 1 through 15 is explanation examples. Only slides that you have to complete are 16 and 17. Those are your working slides, okay? And when we get to those slides, you'll be able to see that's where you'll be able to type, okay? So, question, do I delete any of the slides? No, because if you are ever confused or you need an exemplar to remind you what it should look like, that's what slides 1 through 15 are for. So we are going to be working on fleshing out a kernel essay today, and a kernel essay uses just one sentence for each part of the text structure. So it might sound intimidating, but I'll read the definition again. A kernel essay uses just one sentence for each part of the text structure. So the topic, what is our topic that we're going to be going over? Well, the topic is, what is the importance of gratitude? Okay, gratitude, what is that? Well, what does this topic mean to me is the first thing that we'll do when we start brainstorming. So I'm going to read the brainstorming bubbles, and I just want you guys to be thinking about how it relates to you as I read them. So sometimes you aren't grateful for things until they are gone, and then you have missed an opportunity or lost something important. Gratitude means being thankful for what you get or the people you have who have helped you. Being thankful or showing gratitude makes you a better person and more likely to help someone else out. Basically, pass it on. If you aren't grateful or thankful for things, no one will ever want to help you out. And when students show gratitude for my teaching, it makes me want to help them even more because they appreciate it. Okay. So those are some things that kind of get you thinking about, what does gratitude mean? Okay. And what does that topic mean to you? So based off of what I read, and you guys have this slide deck, think about what that means to you. Okay. And so we're going to do a memory reflection text structure. And we're first going to talk about the plan, how to organize, and how to complete this outline. So we're going to tell a story about a time I learned the importance of gratitude. Okay, and I'm starting my story off with when my friend saved me from a dangerous situation. So that was the memory that I wanted to reflect on. And now I want you guys to look at the text structure. It starts off with where you are. So where were you in that memory? Okay, and we're gonna say we want your theme there, your truism there. The next sentence, what happens first? What's the conflict? Then what happens next? That would be considered a rising action as we're thinking about our literary devices that we just kind of worked on for this first part of the year. And then what happens next, or what happens last? That's our climax. And then the lesson learned or the resolution. And that's where we'll place our truism. So it'll circle all the way around. Okay. So step 1, where are you? Introduce the story and include the theme, which is your main message, and the setting. So the time and place, where did it take place? And then the characters. Who does the action involve? An example. Okay. Theme, be grateful for your friends. That's the theme I chose. Setting, I was driving an old car in Arkansas backwater. And then characters, my overconfident 19-year-old self and Arden's 1973 Volkswagen Bug. Okay, so where were you? This is the where were you box, and we've just made it bigger here where you just focus on where you're at. I learned to be grateful for my friends when I borrowed a friend's old car and had to be rescued from a dangerous situation in the backwaters of Arkansas. Okay, so as you see there, we've kind of fleshed out where are you? We've added the theme, we've added the setting and the characters, and we put it all together. Okay, step 2. What happened first? The second sentence tells what happens first and introduces the conflict. So we've only done box number 1. So now we're on box number 2 with our second sentence that we're going to flesh out the conflict. As I was driving the old Volkswagen Bug down the country roads, it broke down and I was picked up by some sketchy guys who said they could fix it. Okay, step number 3. What happens next? The third sentence tells what happens next and includes your rising action. When we got to the guy's garage, it was clear they had lied, and I was trapped in the boonies with no way to get back to the city. So I called my friends and begged for help. Okay, so this is what happened next. I want you guys to pay attention as you go back through the slides and look at these examples. Did I add any literary devices or elements to my sentences to make them more interesting, to give better perspective? Okay, I want you guys to be thinking about that because those are pieces that we want you to be adding into your sentences. The fourth step is what happens last, and this is going to encompass the climax. I thought I'd be trapped forever, but a truck of my college friends rode to the rescue 4 hours later and saved me from being fed to the pigs. And step number 5, resolution and lesson learned. This is where we're going to plug in our truism that kind of ties us back to our theme and kind of wraps the story up in a nice package. So the final step is resolved, the conflict is resolved, and we want that truism to summarize the theme. Okay, guys, we want to wrap it all up. It flows good and it all makes sense. So my friends who rescued me never blamed me at all, and even returned a week later to tow away the Volkswagen Bug, teaching me that gratitude is important because you should always appreciate friends because you never know when they will save you. Okay, so this was the outline of the 5 sentences. As you see, each slide that I went over kind of had the pieces of where are you, what happens first, what happens next, what happens last, and the lessons learned tied together with the truism, okay? Thinking about literary elements, theme, conflict, rising action, climax, resolution. What is that? That's the plot of our story. Okay, I want you guys to think about other literary devices, irony, foreshadowing. If you look back at our examples, you'll see where those pieces were slightly added in. Okay, this is just our rough draft. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this 5-sentence outline you guys can make amazing. So this is the slide that you guys will be working on, slides 16 and 17. First, we want you guys to brainstorm what you want to write about. What's the memory? Because remember, this is your memory reflection kernel essay. So what's the memory that you want to start off with? Then start thinking about the theme and start piecing together, where were you at? Who were the people involved? What was the conflict? What was the rising action that brought you to that? What was the climax? Okay, this is where you brainstorm. And when you are on this slide, you'll see that each of the little bubbles has a space for you to start typing. Okay, once you complete slide 16, then you're going to go down to slide 17, and the boxes are blank here, but you are going to make sure that you fill out in each box the question. And then you're going to type out your 5 sentences. Okay, so this is what we're asking you guys to do. Do not delete the exemplar slides because those are for you to go back to and reference. We want you guys to be trying to add not just simple sentences, but compound sentences. Let's try to extend ourselves and use those literary devices that we just practiced before we went on Thanksgiving break. If you guys have any questions, please email your teacher because we are so excited for you guys to write these kernel essays, really short 5-sentence pieces, so that we can develop them into something better. Okay? You guys have a great rest of your day.